Welcome, everybody. My name is Sara. I'm very excited to be here with you all. I'm joined by Chewy. Oh, sorry, the camera is reversed. So this is Chewy, and we're going to work together through a 45-minute vinyasa flow. This is a yoga class. In Sanskrit, vinyasa means to place carefully, and what that translates for what we're going to do today is we're just going to be really mindful about our movements and how we're going to connect them with our breath. So we're going to get started. We don't need any props for today, just a yoga mat and yourself. And we're going to get started in a child's pose. So go ahead, come to the back of your mat, bring your big toes together, open the knees wide, or you can keep the legs together. I like the knees wide because it provides a bit of a hip opener. And then extend the arms long in front of you. We're going to take a nice and relaxed child's pose for now. So as you start to soften into your mat, you notice that your hips are a little bit uncomfortable. If this is a little bit too much on your body, then you're welcome to come up to a comfortable seat. You can start seated. You can also lay on your back as well. But if you're comfortable in child's pose or wherever you are, feel yourself start to slow down as you invite your body to a place of stillness. Invite a deep inhale through your nose. Open your mouth and sigh it out. Take another deep inhale through your nose. Open mouth, exhale. Once again, deep inhale through your nose. And this time, your choice, you can sigh out through your mouth or seal the lips and sigh out through your nose. Inhale deeply through the nose. Exhale, sigh out the nose or the mouth. And continue to find this slower, deeper breath, inviting a little bit more air in with every inhale, a little bit more air out with every exhale. And keep going until you find your longest, most comfortable breath. But if you start to feel any strain or discomfort, then ease back a little bit. And just find the most luxurious inhales and exhales. And then take a moment to ask yourself what has brought you to your mat here today. Maybe you're craving some movement in your body, or maybe you're craving a bit more connection of body and mind. Whatever that is for you, maybe it's just simple as being mindful as the breath, but whatever that is, with your next few inhales, start to invite whatever intention or dedication you'd like to set to honor your presence here today. With every exhale, feel yourself seal that intention into your body, into every corner of yourself. With your next few exhales, as you feel ready, start to flutter the eyes open and start to make your ways up to your hands and knees. So coming to a tabletop position, make sure the knees are directly below your hips. Your shoulders are right above your wrists. And if you need a bit of padding underneath the knees, you can place a blanket, a towel, or you can fold your mat over and create that extra bit of padding with your mat beneath the knees. And we'll start to move in whatever way feels most natural. So usually I like to start by just swaying from side to side. And as you start moving with your own breath, you can start to add whatever other movements feel good to you. So maybe you can start moving in big circles, moving the hips all the way back, all the way forward. You can move the body in sort of figure eights, moving the head from side to side. And take a couple of rounds on your own. Eventually, we'll start moving through a few rounds of cat-cow. So as you're ready, come to your neutral tabletop. As you inhale, start to drop the belly, lift your tailbone, lift your heart up. And then as you exhale, start to press the floor away, round the upper back, just like a cat. Inhale, drop the belly, lift your tail, lift your heart forward. Exhale, press into the floor, round the upper back just like a cat. Once more, inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart. Exhale, press the floor away, round the spine just like a cat, and then hold here. Keep drawing your belly button in towards the spine. Keep finding this rounding in the upper back as if there was a string right in between your shoulder blades pulling you up. And keep this rounding in the spine. Start to curl the toes underneath. As you exhale, just hover your knees about an inch or so off of the mat. Keep pulling the belly in. Keep finding those deep inhales. With your next round of breath, as you exhale, start to lift the hips up and back into downward facing dog, and start to pedal through the feet, lifting one heel and then the other, bending into one knee, bending into the other. You can nod your head from side to side, yes and no. You can sway the hips from side to side, eventually making your way into stillness. And as you find stillness in your down dog, press into the hands, lift your spine, lift your tailbone up and back. If you start to feel like this is too much on your wrists, you can always bring the forearms down, come into a forearm down dog or dolphin pose. You can also always come back to a tabletop position, maybe making fists with the hands to hold your upper body. But if you're in downward facing dog, start to make your way into stillness. And on your next inhale, start to bring the shoulders forward, come into plank pose. And here you may notice that you need to walk your hands or feet forward and back. So find that nice alignment of the body. Hands, wrists are directly below the shoulders, your legs are long, and your heels are directly above the balls of the feet. A lot of us have a tendency to tuck our chin to our chest, but go ahead and bring your gaze forward. Crown of the head is reaching straight towards the front of the room. Take another inhale and then keep your hands and feet exactly where they are. As you exhale, start to lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. You may notice that your heels are lifted a little bit higher here. That's okay. But you have that length in the spine and proper alignment in the pose. Take a deep inhale. Start to bend the knees. And then as you exhale, start to walk forward. Come into Uttanasana, forward fold at the top of your mat. Bring your feet to hips with distance apart. Bend the knees and then reach for opposite elbows. You can sway from side to side. Nod your head, yes and no. And really relax the back of the neck. So often a lot of us may have this desire to sort of look forward, but rather than looking forward, go ahead, relax the back of the neck so the crown of the head reaches down and your gaze comes towards the legs. And you can bend the knees really deeply here, drawing your belly towards your thighs. And then gently release the hands down. Here's where my head will disappear as you inhale. Start to lift yourself up to standing and shrug the shoulders up, back, and down a few times. Beautiful. Coming to stillness, just facing the front of your mat. Bring the palms to face forward. So I'll face you for a moment so you can see. Lift the shoulders up, back, and down. Palms face forward. Feet are parallel. And then starting at the root, start to lift your toes, spread them wide. Feel the tripod of your foot engage to the floor as the arches start to lift. And then keeping that same engagement, pressing through all three corners of the feet, start to lower the toes down. And then start to feel your quad muscles start to activate as they lift up off of the knees. And then feel your thighs internally rotating as if you're sort of spreading your back body to the back of the mat. Really feel that sense of activation. And then coming into the belly, feel your belly button drawing in towards your spine. And then maybe feel your belly lifting up into the spine and lifting up. Shoulders are relaxed, but the chest is proud. So a lot of us often puff our chest forward a little bit too much, but really just relax the shoulders, but still smile the collarbones forward. And then gently sort of draw your chin in a little bit towards your chest. So rather than like lifting the chin up or down, it's just a slight tucking in as if you're sort of pulling your chin back towards the back of the neck. And then feeling that sense of activation in your entire body as you inhale, start to reach your fingertips up towards the sky. Take a hold of your left wrist with the right hand still standing. As you exhale, start to pull yourself towards the right side, coming into a side bend. Keep pressing firmly into the left foot to stay firmly grounded through both sides of your body. And then inhale, reach back to center, switch the clasp of the hands, and you'll side bend to the left this time. Press firmly through the right foot and lengthen through the right side body. On your inhale, reach both hands back to center, release the hands. Exhale, start to fold forward, bring the hands down to your legs or towards the floor. On your inhale, bring your hands to your shins, start to rise, lift halfway up, and pause here. So really think about opening the collarbones forward. Feel your shoulder blades drawing together down the back. And then chin slightly tucks in towards your chest, or towards the back of the neck, really. And feel the crown of the head reaching forward, and then find that pulling in and up of your belly. Take another inhale. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Ground the hands, bend the knees, ground the hands. Step the right foot back to your lunge, and lower the right knee down to the mat. Make sure the left knee is directly above the ankle. As you inhale, draw your inner thighs in towards the center, reach the fingertips forward and up. With your next exhale, start to reach the right hand forward, left hand behind you, come to an open arm twist. And then notice if that front knee started to straighten, can you bend into the front knee once again? And gaze can come wherever feels best on your head and neck. So you can look forward, to the side, or over the back shoulder. And if you start to feel a little wobbly, really draw the inner thighs in and draw the belly in. You'll find a little bit more stability that way. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, come back to center. Lower the hands down, frame the front foot. Curl the back toes underneath, lift the knee off the mat. And then step the left foot back into plank pose. Hold in plank for an inhale. And then your choice. You can keep your knees lifted or lower to the mat. As you exhale, start to bend at the elbows. Keep them as close to the ribs. Come all the way down to your belly. Chaturanga Dandasana. On your inhale, press into the hands. Press into the tops of the feet so your knees lift off the mat. And then start to lift the chest forward, drawing the shoulder blades together down the back, collarbone smiles forward. As you exhale, start to curl the toes underneath, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. You can pedal through the feet or come straight to stillness as you feel ready. On your inhale, bend into the knees. And then as you exhale, slowly start to walk your way forward. Come to your forward fold at the top of the mat. On your inhale, rise halfway, hands to shins, belly draws in, crown of the head reaches forward, gaze facing down. As you exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise all the way up, reach your fingertips to the sky, hands overhead. And then exhale, lower the hands by your sides. Tadasana, mountain pose. Lift the toes, spread them wide, feel the feet, the legs, belly, arms, even your chin engage. Inhale, reach the fingertips to the sky. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, rise halfway, hands to shins, belly draws in, gaze down, crown of the head forward. Exhale, fold. Ground the hands, step the left foot back to your lunge, lower the left knee to the mat. Draw the inner thighs in. As you inhale, reach the fingertips forward and up, low crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. With your next exhale, reach the left hand forward, right hand back, coming into your open arm twist. Again, gaze can look forward, to the side, or over the back shoulder. And if you start to feel a little wobbly, draw the inner thighs back a little bit tighter towards the midline and draw your belly in even further. With every inhale, feel your spine grow a little bit taller. Every exhale, maybe find a little more space to twist. Take one more inhale. Exhale, come back to center. Lower the hands down, frame the front foot. Curl the back toes underneath, lift the back knee, and step back into plank pose. Hold in your plank for an inhale. As you exhale, you can either lift straight up and back to downward facing dog, or you can keep the knees lifted or lowered. And exhale, hug the elbows in, come all the way down to your belly. Press the tops of the feet to the mat, press into the hands, lift the heart forward, cobra pose, Bhujangasana. Exhale, curl the toes underneath, lift the hips up and back, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. On your inhale, bend into the knees, and exhale, slowly walk your way forward, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, rise halfway, belly draws in, heart lifts forward, gaze faces down. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up, reach your fingertips to the sky. Exhale, hands lower, Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale, reach your fingertips high. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, rise halfway, and exhale, fold forward. Ground the hands, step the right foot back to your lunge, and then walk the left hand to the inside of the left foot. We're going to walk all the way to the center of the mat, come to a wide leg forward fold. So I'll turn around, but you'll basically walk the hand to the inside, come to your wide leg forward fold. So I switch directions so I don't fold with my bum facing you guys. And then just relax here. So hands can come to the hips, hands can hang towards the floor. You can interlace the fingers similar to a crunch position. Face the hands to the back of the head, head into the hands. You can sway from side to side. You can find stillness here. You can also bring your hands to the legs, to the thighs, the shins, towards the ankles. And again, just think about relaxing the back of the neck. So a lot of us spend a lot of time sitting down now. So this is a great way to sort of release that tension that builds up in our necks when we're sitting at a desk or in a comfortable chair or sofa or bed, whatever, looking at a computer screen. You can sway a little bit from side to side. And then bring the hands to the floor in front of you. You can bend the knees as much as you need to in order to bring the hands down. Start to toe heel the feet just a little bit into the center so they're not quite as wide. And then you're going to turn the toes slightly out. Bring your hands to your hip creases. Draw the belly in as you inhale, come to standing. And then turn the toes a little bit further out. Start to bend into the knees and sink the hips low, coming into goddess pose. You can bend at the elbows, cactus the arms. You can also bring the hands to the thighs. And just make sure that your knees are directly above the ankles. So I need to widen my stance a little bit here. Really depends on how much sort of opening you have in your hips. But then also, as you sink low, make sure you're not sort of sticking your lower back up. So just really feel as if you're between two panes of glass. Belly is drawing in as usual. And feel really intentional with the breath here. So with your next inhale, start to sink a little bit lower. As you exhale, straighten the arms and legs, arms overhead. Inhale, bend into the knees, bend into the elbows, sink low. Exhale, rise up. Inhale to bend. Exhale, rise. Inhale, bend. Exhale to lift. This time, inhale, bend. Bring the arms directly in front of you. Cross your right arm underneath the left. And then either bring your hands to your opposite shoulders. Get a little bit closer. Or you can bring the backs of the palms together. If your arms can wrap all the way around, that's cool too. It's really up to you what you want. So as you inhale, start to lift your elbows up towards the sky. As you exhale, round the elbows down. Inhale, lift the elbows up, lift the heart. Exhale, round down. Once more, inhale, lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale as you lift, release the arms, open them out, and then exhale, rise up. Turn the left foot, or right foot, excuse me, so it's parallel to the back of the mat, and turn the left toes forward. Start to bend into the front knee, coming into warrior two. And you may need to lengthen your stance a little bit here. So you want to have a generous bend in the front knee. Front knee is right above that front ankle. And the back foot is parallel to the back of the mat. Front heel is in line with the arch of the back foot or heel of the back foot. Open the arms out to a T. Chest is gazing or facing the side, but your gaze comes forward over the front fingertips. On your inhale, turn the left palm up to the ceiling. Exhale, reverse your warrior, right hand down the right leg, or you can bring the hand behind the back for a half bind. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, start to bring your left forearm towards the left thigh. Reach the right hand down, forward, and up overhead, lifting your shoulder and chest. Take an inhale. As you exhale, start to lift up, reverse your warrior. Take an inhale here. Exhale, left forearm to the left thigh, extended side angle, Parsvakonasana. Once more, inhale, lift up, reverse your warrior. And with your next exhale, bring left forearm to thigh, extended side angle. We will pause here for a moment. And then for one full round of breath, see if you can lift that left forearm off the thigh. You can sort of just allow the left arm to dangle. So you're really holding yourself up with your obliques here and not with the left shoulder. Take one more inhale. Exhale, rise up, straight arms, straight legs. Turn the left toes to face the long edge of the mat. And then turn the right toes to face towards the opposite direction. Start to bend into the right knee. Warrior two, facing the back of your mat. On your inhale, turn the right palm to the ceiling. As you exhale, reverse warrior. Left hand down the left leg or hand behind the back towards the right hip crease. Take another inhale. As you exhale, bring the right forearm towards the right thigh. Reach that left hand down, forward, and up. Open that left shoulder on top of the right. Parsvakonasana, extended side angle. On your next inhale, lift up, reverse warrior. Exhale, right forearm to thigh. Extended side angle, left hand lifts up overhead. Once more, inhale, reverse the warrior. Exhale, forearm to thigh. Extended side angle. Really feel the power through the back leg as you press back through the outer edge of that left foot. Can you reach the left fingertips further forward? And then for one round of breath, hover the right forearm off the thigh. Maybe dangle the arm. You can reach the hand forward. And then rise up, straighten the right leg. Turn the toes to face the long edge of the mat. Bring your hands to your hips or behind the back. You can clasp hands or reach for opposite elbows. Take an inhale, lift your heart up. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana, or Prasarita Padottanasana. And then if you have the bind or hands on the hips, bring the hands down to the mat. Start to walk the hands towards the left foot once again. And frame the left foot. So left hand to the outside of the foot, right hand to the inside. And then press into the hands, step back, plank pose. Hold for an inhale. Then you decide either down dog, you can come to child's pose, or knees lifted or lowered. As you exhale, come half or all the way down. So halfway down, you have your shoulders still hovering off the mat. On your inhale, come to cobra or upward facing dog. Pressing the tops of the feet to the mat, lifting the thighs off the mat. So I don't know if you can see, there's a space between my thighs and the mat here. And then as you exhale, lift the hips up and back. Downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Pedal through the feet, nod the head, yes and no. Take a deep inhale through your nose. Open your mouth, let it go. So I'm going to turn it around to face the other way because we're going to do everything on the other side, but slightly different. So inhale, bend your knees deeply. As you exhale, make your way forward. Come to the top of the mat. Fold forward, Uttanasana. As you inhale, rise halfway, hands to shins, belly draws in, gaze forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up, hands reach overhead. Exhale, lower the hands, Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale, reach the fingertips to the sky. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, rise halfway, hands to shins. Exhale, fold. Ground the hands, step the left foot back this time. Walk the right hand to the inside of the right foot. Walk all the way to the middle of your mat. Bring the feet parallel to one another. Wide leg, forward fold. And we'll hang out here for a couple breaths. You're welcome to find stillness. You're welcome to sway from side to side. You can interlace fingers, bring them to the back of the skull. And really think about relaxing the back of the neck, relaxing the jaw. Relax your tongue. And you'll see how you can soften a little bit more by inviting a little more breath into the tightest parts of your body. And release the hands down. Toe heel the feet in just a little bit. Bring your hands to your hips. Draw the belly in as you inhale. Come all the way up to standing. We're going to turn the toes out. Start to bend into the knees. Cactus the arms. I'm going to let the dog out. All right, we're holding in our goddess pose again. You may need to widen your stance a little bit. Just make sure the knees are right above the ankles. As you inhale, sink a little lower. Exhale, straighten the legs, arms overhead. Inhale, bend into the knees, cactus the arms. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale to bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. And then keep the knees bent. Bring the arms straight in front of you. Cross the left arm underneath. Bend at the elbows. Either reach for opposite shoulders. Bring the backs of the palms together. Or wrap the hands all the way together. Garudasana, eagle arms. As you inhale, start to lift the heart up. Lift the elbows. Exhale, round the spine as you draw the elbows towards the belly. Inhale, lift the elbows, lift the heart. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift the elbows, lift the heart. Exhale, round. Keep the knees bent as you inhale, release the arms. And exhale, rise up. Alrighty. Bring the left foot parallel to the back of the mat. Turn the right toes to the front of the room. And toe heel the back foot in, maybe about 1 footprint or 2. Open the arms out to the sides. And then actually bring your right hand into that right hip crease. And start to press into the hip crease so that your hips start reaching back. Open the arm back out to a T. And start reaching your right fingertips over the right toes as much as you can. The moment you notice your back hip wants to turn in, pause, and then just bring the right hand down, either towards the leg, the thigh. You can press the hand into the leg. If you have a block or a couple of books, you can place them there. If you're feeling really open, you can bring the hand down to the floor, but only if you can still feel this opening of the chest. So left shoulder on top of the right. Left hand can reach up towards the ceiling, or you can bring the left hand towards the left hip crease to sort of encourage this lifting of your left hip, energetically stacking on top of the right. Gaze can look down towards the floor. You can look to the side. You can look up towards the lifted hand or towards the ceiling. And then just as in our extended side angle, for one full round of breath, see if you can hover that right hand off of the right leg. For an extra challenge, you can reach that right hand forward. Maybe the left hand follows, as if you're holding a beach ball. So it's really strong on the obliques. So So keep being mindful of the breath. Take one more inhale. Exhale, rise up. Turn the right toes to face the long edge of the mat. Turn the left toes to face the back of the mat. Bring your left hand towards that left hip. Start to press into the hips, sort of reaching your hips back. And then reach the left fingertips forward. The moment you notice your right hip wants to draw in, pause there. Just lower the left hand down, either towards the leg, the shin, the thigh. You can press the hand into the leg, maybe 2 blocks, or towards the floor, but only if you still have that nice opening of the chest. Right hand can reach up towards the ceiling, or you can bring the right hand to the right hip to encourage this lifting of the inner thigh. And then maybe if you want that extra challenge, or let's all try to hover that left hand off the left leg. If you want an extra challenge, you can reach the left hand forward. Maybe the right hand follows, holding that beach ball, and still keeping the integrity of your breath. Take one more inhale. Exhale, rise up. Bring the toes to face the long edge of the mat. Hands to your hips or behind the back. If you're clasping hands or opposite elbows, maybe place the opposite hand or forearm on top. It's usually whichever one feels more awkward. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, fold forward. And then release the hands down. Start to walk the hands towards the front of the mat. Once again, framing the right foot, coming to your low lunge. Ground the hands, step back to plank pose. Hold for a deep inhale. Find this rounding in your upper back, similar to cat pose. So string between the shoulder blades, lifting you up. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, either lift to down dog, come to child's pose, or knees lifted or lowered as you lower through chaturanga. Inhale to cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Awesome. On your inhale, start to bend your knees. And then use your exhale to make your way forward. Uttanasana, forward fold. On your inhale, rise halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise all the way up, reach your fingertips to the sky. And then exhale, lower the hands, Tadasana, mountain pose. Now turn to face you, just to make things a little bit easier for this next part. And you'll see my headless body. All right. So start to ground through the feet. Once again, lift the toes, spread them wide. Let's see, this is a better angle. Lift the toes, spread them wide. And then start to root down through the left foot and start to come to the ball of the right foot. Feel your weight shifting into that left leg. On your next inhale, bring your hands to prayer, lift the knee forward. Bring your knee in line with your hip, shin parallel to the floor, so that it will look like this from the side. And then from here, we're going to take a twist. So take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, start to turn your upper body towards the right side. Now your hands can stay in prayer. You can open your arms to a T. You can look over the right shoulder. Maybe bring the left hand to the outside of the right knee to sort of encourage your chest to open a little bit more. You can sort of press into the leg to leverage your chest open. You can always do this with the ball of the foot still grounded if you're feeling a little bit imbalanced today. If you're feeling super strong, you can straighten that right leg in front of you. If you have the bind, you can reach for the right big toe and twist open like this. Hand on the leg is a great variation. Ball of the foot grounded is another great option. You can also do this in prayer. Take one more inhale wherever you are. And then as you exhale, start to come back to center, but keep the leg lifted. If you have it lifted, take an inhale, and then exhale. Start to straighten the leg in front of you. Hold for a full round of breath. Exhale, release the leg down. Shake it out. I like to sway from side to side. Find whatever release feels good to you. And then we'll do it on the other side. Come back to your mountain pose. Belly strong, legs strong, with the toes, spread them wide. Start to shift the weight into the right foot. Come to the ball of the left foot. On your inhale, hands to prayer. Lift the knee forward. Bring the shin parallel to the floor. Flex the left toes. Take an inhale. Lift a little bit taller through the crown of the head. As you exhale, start to turn your upper body towards the left side. Option to reach the left hand back. Option to bring the right hand to the outside of the left leg. Ball of the left foot can be grounded. If you need a little bit more stability, you can straighten the left leg. Maybe reach for the left big toe, but only if you can keep your upper body lifted right above your standing leg. So if you know you're reaching for the big toe and you're sort of crunching down, just come back to the knee bent variation. You can actually feel a little bit deeper into the twist this way. So lots of options. You can always come to prayer too. Notice if you're holding your breath. And keeping the leg lifted as you inhale, come back to center. On your exhale, press the leg forward. Woo. Hold it for an inhale. Exhale, release. Shake it out. Nice. Take deep inhales. Open mouth exhales. As you're ready, come back to the top of your mat if you're not there already. Stand, feet parallel. Strengthen the entire body. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Uttanasana. Inhale, rise halfway. Exhale, fold. Ground the hands. Step the right foot back to your lunge, followed by the left coming into plank pose. And we'll start to lower the heels towards the right side of the mat, lifting the left hand overhead. We're just going to be here for a moment, coming into side plank Vashisthasana. Right away, start to lift the left leg and place it behind you. So that left knee is going to be bent, ball of the foot is grounded. And then press into the ball of the foot, lift your heart up. And from here, start to lower your seat down towards the floor. We're going to come onto our seat until your right leg is extended forward, your left knee is bent. You should be facing the back of your mat now. And if that was a little bit confusing, no worries. Just come to a seat, reach the right leg straight in front of you, bring the sole of the left foot to the mat. Then place your right palm in between the right leg and the left foot. Make sure you have about a palm of fist's length distance between the leg and the foot. And wrap your hands around the left shin. Pull into the shin to lift the heart up. Sitting nice and tall. Then bring the left hand behind your back. So behind the hip, right behind you, as close to the spine as possible, creating sort of a second spine. Take an inhale, reach the right hand to the sky, flex the right toes, keep the right leg active, and then start to hug the right hand around the left leg, coming to a side twist towards the left side. If this feels good, you're welcome to hook the right elbow to the outside of the knee, but only if you feel like that's actually helping you twist a little bit deeper. If you're super comfortable here, you want a little bit more in your shoulders, you can lift that left hand, bring it behind the back towards your right hip. Eventually, once your shoulders are super open, some people like to take a full bind here, but it's totally fine if you don't get it today or ever. I get it like 1% of the time, which is one of the great things about yoga because there are so many modifications and options that we can take. We can all get the same benefits of the poses. On your next inhale, come back to center. Keep the right leg extended, or actually bring your hands behind you and right leg will bend so that the sole of the foot is to the mat. And then just cross the left ankle right below the right knee, so it's on the thigh, and flex the left toes. You can walk the right foot in a little bit more for more sensation. And then we'll just start to sway our hips from side to side. So sort of a moving figure four. The closer your hands are to your body, the more intense this will feel. The further away your hands are, the less intense this will feel. You're also welcome to come to your back and hug the right thigh in or right shin if you want a little bit of a different sensation in your figure four stretch. You can also place the left hand towards the left thigh and just gently encourage the left thigh away. And send the feet in front of you, cross the legs in, still facing the back of your mat. Bring your hands to the floor and make your way up and back to downward facing dog. You're welcome to take another flow, moving through plank, chaturanga, belly back bend, down dog. Otherwise, as you're ready, start to make your way forward, come into plank pose. And then start to lower the heels, towards the left side this time. Shift the heels towards the left, shift the weight into the left hand, reach the right hand to the sky, Vashisthasana, side plank for a moment, and lift the right foot. Place the ball of the foot to the mat just behind you, and press into that right foot, open the heart, and we'll start to come back down to our seat. Lower the seat down. Now you're facing the front of the mat again. Left leg is extended this time, right leg is drawing in. Wrap the hands around the right shin as you inhale. Pull your heart forward, open the chest. Flex the left toes, bring the right hand behind the back. As you inhale, reach the left hand high. As you exhale, hug the right thigh, coming to your twist. Option to hook the left elbow. Maybe you find that half bind, right hand behind the back. If you have that full bind, you can play with it. Otherwise, don't even think about it. Make sure the left leg is still active. Flex the toes, lengthen the leg. Feel yourself straightening through the back of the left knee as much as you can. Then inhale, come back to center. Bring the hands behind you. Walk that left foot down to the mat. Cross the right ankle just below the left knee, so it's on the thigh. Flex the right toes, and then sway the hips from side to side. Hands further away from you for less intense sensation, closer to the body for more sensation. Always the option to come to your back. Hands can wrap around the left thigh or the left shin for a different sensation as well. And then if you're on your back, feel free to stay there, just unwind the legs. If you're still seated, uncross the legs, send the feet straight in front of you, maybe adjust your position on the mat so your seat is right at the center. Reach your hands forward, use your belly to slowly lower down onto your back. And then release, hug the knees into your chest, give yourself a nice big hug, rock from side to side. And then start to reach for either inner or outer edges of the feet. You can also reach for big toes and pull the knees down towards your armpits, coming into happy baby. If this feels like too much, especially if your upper back is starting to lift off the floor, just ease back, bring the back down, and then hug the arms just behind the thighs. You can sort of pull your legs down like that. You can sway from side to side. You can rock, maybe straighten one leg, straighten the other. And bring the knees in one more time. Take a deep inhale. Start to lift your forehead towards the knees. Lift the shoulders off the mat. Curl into a little ball. Take one more inhale. Lift a little higher. And exhale. Send the legs in front of you. And relax the arms by your sides. Start to find a place of stillness. Feel your breath soften. Feel your body start to soften. As we come to our final resting pose, Shavasana, corpse pose, take this moment to notice if there are any bits of your body that are still holding tension. Invite them to soften. And take these next few runs of breath to just listen to your own breath and feel fully present in your body. With your next round of breath, invite your deepest inhale of the day. Open your mouth and let it go. Start to invite slow, subtle, gentle movements back to your body. Maybe wiggling fingers and toes, nodding the head from side to side. And as you feel ready with the eyes closed, start to roll onto your right side, coming into a fetal position. You can make a pillow with the right arm. And as we pause in the pose of new beginnings, take a moment to check in with yourself. Notice how your body feels, how your mind feels, and just enjoy the benefits of your practice. And as you're ready to get off the mat and continue on your day, ask yourself if there's anything that you'd like to leave here or bring with you, and maybe you'd like to set a new intention for the rest of the day. As you settle on whatever that might be, with the eyes closed, you're softly open, start to lift yourself up, come to a comfortable seat. And bring your hands to your heart, either one hand on top of the other on top of your heart, or palms together to prayer. Rest your thumbs towards your sternum, your breastbone, and then bow your chin down. Take a moment to express gratitude to yourself and truly thank yourself for making the time to come to your mat today. Honoring the efforts of your practice, honoring the efforts that it took to be here. And then energetically sharing that gratitude with everyone that's practiced with us together all over the world. And bring your hands to prayer. They're not there already. And lift your thumbs to your third eye, the space above and in between the eyebrows. Known as the seat of intuition in the body and home of the light that lives within you, everyone who shared this practice together, and everybody else. The light in me sees, honors, and bows to the light in you. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today. As we close, we'll bow together and share the word namaste, which means I bow to you. Namaste. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me this evening. Please share a comment or let me know what you thought of the class. Please tune in for our other classes. We have a bunch of awesome formats available on Mondays and Wednesdays. I hope to be back with you again soon. I will be back with you again soon. So thank you so much for your time today, or if you're tuning in now or at a later time, thank you for joining. You are awesome. Stay strong, stay healthy, and be well.